Hello, welcome to another edition of Selling Life Annuities. I'm Tim Luby. I'm the National Sales Director for Annuities here at Gordon Marketing. And with me today is my good friend and colleague, Steve Allison, our Internal Sales Director for Annuities. And our topic today is 5 unique ways to use an annuity. So Steve, we want to talk about 5 unique ways to use an annuity, where annuities fit into retirement income planning. Yeah. So let's talk about it. What is one of the first unique ways that we've identified?
Yep. So there's one of the biggest ways I think that I feel maybe sometimes clients and individuals don't think about too often is maybe needing to diversify among different annuities, not just putting all their eggs in one basket in one annuity, because there's so many different uses and different goals or different performances that you'll get out of different ones that can reach whatever goal it may be. It could be growth or income. It could be wanting to have a flexibility on different surrender charges, whether they have a 5 or a 7 or a 10 year. So they have the flexibility to be able to move among different things. There may be just splitting it up between different carriers for the various reasons. Maybe a bonus with one carrier versus one without one, or maybe there are certain indexes that the individuals are interested in using that one carrier may not have, the other one may, that they want to use.
Yeah, those are great points. Yeah, so many different opportunities to diversify or not put your all eggs in one basket as it relates to the index or the duration of the surrender charge of the carrier. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good point. So as we're talking about that, one of the other things I think we've discussed as a unique opportunity for annuities is potentially as like an alternative to bonds.
Yeah, that's right. Because a lot of times when individuals are working with, say, like a stockbroker or whatnot, they'll have in their portfolio that's diversified, they'll have different stocks, but then they'll also have some bonds as well that kind of help temper maybe some of the risk that are involved. But ideally, realistically though, bonds still have a lot of risk involved with themselves. And so, if you're looking to be more conservative and part of that portfolio, maybe a portion of that bucket really should be maybe put into a fixed index or annuity where they can still get the gains but none of the loss.
Right. Yeah. So you mentioned they could have a lot of risk, I think is what you said. But how does the risk in a bond work? Am I right that in a sense it's considered as a safer investment than a stock or a bond? It's kind of a fixed income alternative. Yet when you put money in a bond, if rates go up, the value of the bond or your investment in that bond goes down, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the risk that you do put yourself in position of. So annuities, fixed index annuities or multi-year guarantee annuities are really good alternatives.
Yeah, with no market risk at all, whether it be interest rate risk or whatever it may be. So we've talked about a couple of the 5 unique ways. What's the next unique way that annuities can be used?
Well, a lot of times people will use them as a way of passing their retirement accounts to their beneficiaries. And so there are different couple of things where, one may be certain annuities will have death benefit riders where they can get an automatic roll-up on their account value that can be passed on to their kids.
Yeah, great point. I agree with you entirely on that. Mm-hmm. Right. So the transfer to wealth or legacy planning and so on. Yeah, the death benefit riders are a great feature. There's also the death benefit feature in the annuity in general, right? There's a couple things about that are unique.
Yep, exactly. So you can actually structure the way that your account gets paid out to your beneficiaries. You may have somebody that you don't want to give the full, say, amount to somebody, and you would rather have, maybe based on age or could be a different factor or two, but you can actually schedule out to where the death benefit can be paid over 5 years, 10 years, however type of term that you'd prefer, to be able to just extend that death benefit payout to somebody over a certain time period.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, the death benefit provision alone, the fact that they could name a beneficiary and that a beneficiary will be paid and not have to go through probate is significant. Yeah. But that structured payout opportunity is really pretty unique too. It doesn't come up all the time, but when it does come up, what a great way to do things. It's often viewed as sort of control from the grave for someone that's going to pass away. And they may have concerns for whatever reasons that someone's going to spend all of the money. They didn't want to leave $1 million and have them have no money left in 2 years. And that structured payout can ensure that it lasts 10 or 20 years, whatever they want to do. And if the owner says that before they pass, the beneficiary can't change that. Right. So that's really an incredibly unique opportunity for annuities. I think those kind of structured payouts are available on death benefits of life insurance as well. Mm-hmm. But not many people think of using them for annuities, and it's a terrific opportunity.
Yep, it really is. It really is. So, another Another topic that I wanted to touch base on quickly here too is a unique strategy that people can use for annuities when it comes to income. A lot of times people are interested in finding ways to be able to, bridge a way of delaying their Social Security, so they can actually use an annuity to provide income to somebody, to yourself or your spouse, and bridge it to where one of you or both of you can delay taking your Social Security, so that you maybe want to delay it to your 67 or 70, to where that increases that Social Security payout, and then in the future when one spouse passes away, that higher Social Security payout remains and goes to the surviving spouse. So it's a really good way of being able to kind of increase that and give more income in the future to each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's common. We don't use immediate annuities very often right now, but that's still one place we see immediate annuities get done is often when they're building a bridge, sometimes a very short bridge to a time in the future. And it comes to mind that we've got immediate annuities as short as 3 years. So if someone wants just to wait from the time they're 64 and they just want to build a bridge to the for retirement age, maybe that's 67, a 3-year certain could help them get there. Yeah. And provide an income for those 3 years, at which time then they can turn the income on their Social Security on at a higher level. Yep. So another really great, unique opportunity for an annuity. Mm-hmm. So rounding out our list of the top 5, what's the last unique way to use an annuity?
Yeah, well, one of the last one is it's something that's on everybody's mind as they get older is long-term care needs. How are they going to pay for this need? Sometimes they're healthy enough to qualify for a standard long-term care plan. Sometimes they aren't. And so a lot of these different annuities, a lot of different carriers have unique annuities available where you can get 2 to 3 times your money that you initially invested in, only for long-term care needs in the future. Another one that's pretty common amongst most products that have an income rider is they have what they call a long-term care multiplier, where if you either get confined into a nursing home or you can't perform 2 of 6 ADLs, then it will either double or 1.5 times that income amount for up to 5 years typically, until the account value goes to 0, and then it will still revert back to what you're initially getting. So it's a way of getting extra cash on hand to help pay or provide for that need.
And that's interesting. So the last thing that you mentioned, the multiplier, isn't underwritten. You don't have to qualify for that, right. Which is very unique. And many annuities, even if they're date accumulation options, will offer a waiver of surrender charges or things like that for someone that's confined, or perhaps missing 2 of 6 activities of daily living. Mm-hmm. And then, you talked about sort of the slightly underwritten opportunities to leverage money into 2 or 3 times for long-term care. So what a great opportunity. And it fits so well because the best designed retirement plan can really get blown up if someone is hit with an unforeseen long-term care event and they're not prepared for it. Definitely. So it's really important in the overall retirement planning. Mm-hmm. So that kind of helps round out our list of the top 5. Thank you, Steve, for working with me on this. It's a great list, and it's not the only unique reasons to use annuities, but it's 5 really good reasons. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're kind of running short on time. For the benefit of those watching, you can reach me. My email address is timl@gordonmarketing.com. My direct number is 330-283-6140. And for Steve, your address is?
Yep. My email address is sallison@gordonmarketing.com. You can reach me at extension 140.
Great. All right. And if you'd please do us a favor as we come to a close, if you would subscribe to the link below and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we come out with a new Selling Life and Annuity video. And if you'd like, comment, and share it, that would be greatly appreciated. So with that, thank you so much for your time and attention today, and happy selling.